What's up, everybody? I'm Signal, and I'm just going to rant a little bit about Pigments. I love it. It's a great synth, but there's a reason people say it's not great for basses. And you can fix that pretty easily, but it would be nice if Arturia did something about it, because this is the one thing that stops it from really being a contender, in my opinion. What every other super powerful hybrid workbench synth has is global tuning and global pitch bend and global unison. And these two engines are just like dangling off the side like two limp noodles, and they need tied together. It's not the worst. Like once you use the synth a couple times, once you make some mistakes, you realize what not to do. Once you're exploring and you're trying to pull some sounds out, and let's say maybe you have like a Reese, so like you go copy engine one to engine two with modulations, and then you're playing with the effects over here, and you're like, oh, I need to play with the unison. So, let's say the fine tuning over here is like this, and then you come back over here and start noodling around, but you completely forgot to fix the unison here. It's not aligned with the unison here. And you need to get down to small numbers, 1.5, 3.41. All in all, the synth limits itself by not having that global tuning pitch bend unison area. So it's not like a Pigments bass sounds bad. It's just when you start to get into a generative workflow, it just falls apart. It's not cool. So let's fix it. Ideally, Arturia will fix it one day, but we'll do it ourselves. So we need some macros. We need 6 macros. So I'm going to grab a macro 4, and I'll grab 4 more. Now, I guess I'll just set the polarity one at a time. Make sure this goes to 50% exactly. Come over to engine 2, click it. Now what's good is, at least in Bitwig, you can still adjust this. So I'm going to go up an octave. And when you adjust this macro, everything's relative still. So I'm going to go down. You can see that's down 2 octaves. This is down 3. What I'm going to do in Bitwig is put them on remotes. So I have this nice, clean, big page of macros. The reason I'm not going straight towards the remotes is you can't put more than one thing on the remote unless it's tied to a macro first. It's weird. So I will skip ahead. When you turn on MPE inside of Pigments, it disables the macros for some reason. So because we have this global page going on, we don't have to rely on Bend to glue everything together, which uses MPE. We can just say, give me a ADSR, and then we can, I don't know if we can tie it to this. Yeah, so I can just tie it to that. Boom. Cool, right? Actually, what this allows us to do in Bitwig is put the global bend of Pigments on your master like this. So this is my project modulation. So, maybe this would come in handy for something weird when you're gluing everything together. Like maybe when you're summing everything, this could create a cool effect or something. I don't know. And there you go. This is a pretty nice solution as long as your DAW's macros don't override or like disable if you were to turn one of these knobs, because then you lose the whole global aspect if you can't get these to move in a relative fashion, right? This should allow you. So yeah, I think the reason people say Pigments is good for pads and leads is because the stereo gets out of control so quickly, but it does it well. It is a nice synth for textures. but it should be used for bass textures too, because it can get really strong bass sounds. So I love buying Arturia preset packs for pigments because they come with new wavetables. Like, look at this one. I love this one. I bought all these vocal presets on sale for like $7. So, like, really nice to have stuff like this. And the textured thing is the reason why I feel like this is a synth a lot of people use for trappy stuff. Like, you can use anything for trappy stuff, but this is a good trap synth. It's the sampler, really. Okay, I'm done rambling. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You should definitely think about buying pigments if it's a synth you want. It's worth your money. It can make great bases, but something like this can help you stay organized.